Hi, welcome to HowDoWeHuman, the podcast where we overanalyze all of the weird and uncomfortable micro moments in life. I'm Chris Binning.
And I'm Evan Cox.
Today we're going to be talking about dancing. In public?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just how I've discovered that sentence in the moment. But first, oh my gosh.
Yeah?
Evan,
What?
how you doing?
Oh, thank you for asking. I'm doing good. I recently, like a few days ago, decided I was going... So I used to be on Reddit a lot. I would post some stuff. I don't know if you've spent much time in that world.
As little as possible.
Yeah, I had been on it for some years, and then I stopped because of that reason. It's an unpleasant place to be sometimes. And something popped in my head. I was like, I'm going to post that and just like, let me just dip my toe back into Reddit. Got 2 comments on it, one of which was telling me to kill myself.
Yeah, been there.
And close that account again. And goodbye,
So
Reddit.
what did you post?
It was a question. Have you ever? There's a subreddit called I believe it's Ask Reddit.
Okay.
It's just a bunch of like interesting questions, and I posted a stupid question. I'll admit it, but I don't know if I say what it was, someone will find me, and then someone else will tell me to kill myself.
Yeah, the internet is not the kindest place to strangers. When I would upload movie reviews,
Yes.
all the time, people would be like, "You don't like Adam Sandler? Go kill yourself."
It's a very flippant thing to say about like the most serious thing.
Yeah. Oh, that joke didn't make me laugh. Kill yourself.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that's just something else someone would post on my videos. They'd be like, "You're not funny. Go kill yourself."
I don't know why people feel the need to even tell a person that they don't think they're funny. Like,
No.
Just go away.
Right.
Stop watching this.
Exactly.
It's not for you. Nothing's for everybody.
Right. I didn't come into your house and start telling you jokes. You came to my video or my little Reddit post and you decided, hey, I'm going to tell this person who's just living their life to go kill themselves.
I should have specified that on top of posting to Reddit, I also went to people's houses and asked them my question.
No.
That's on me.
That
Egg on my face.
Yeah.
Also, recently, I had to bring my car in to the dealership, which is where I get it worked on. It's a Toyota. So I was at a Toyota dealership. And it was just a routine maintenance thing. But I had some time before work, and I used the Toyota waiting area.
To wait or to do
wait.
something else?
Well,
Okay.
also to do something else. I was listening to an audiobook.
Oh.
But and watching Jerry Maguire without sound. So I was listening to an audiobook, but watching Jerry Maguire.
And to be clear, it was not an audiobook of Jerry Maguire?
No, it was Stephen King's It.
Oh,
Which was really a good companion piece.
interesting.
I've never seen Jerry Maguire before. Just throwing that out there. It's one of those wildly popular movies I've never seen.
Well, I have never read it,
Hey.
but I have seen Jerry Maguire.
Oh, so watching it without audio, it just seemed like Tom Cruise is just having the best time. He seemed really happy the entire time. There was a brief moment when he was sad and yelling into a phone, and then things got better again.
Yeah, a lot of it, he is having a pretty great time. Sometimes he's angry and yelling, and sometimes he's sad and crying. He's really going through all the emotions.
Hey, I love Tom Cruise. I'll throw that out there. Anywho, a doctor's waiting room I find interminable. Just a grating place to be. But a dealership waiting area, for some reason, I find kind of relaxing.
Huh, okay.
I almost couldn't explain it. And even beyond just feeling that way, I mean, there's some donuts there. Doctors' waiting rooms don't have like donuts.
That's true.
And hot cocoa.
And a dealership doesn't have people coughing their lungs out right next to you.
And even though I went in for routine maintenance, it ended up being like nothing was wrong with the car, but there was just like a lot of like tire realignment stuff, other things that needed to be done. It ended up costing a lot more than I wanted, and it ended up taking 4 hours.
Okay.
I was in the waiting room for 4 hours. I finished Stephen King's It, the audiobook. Recommend it to anyone looking for an audiobook to read. 4 hours in one waiting room, and I was happy.
Huh. That's interesting.
I think there may be like some psychology to the like. I already found it kind of comforting, and then when it went on longer, I realized I was stuck there because I didn't have a car. I was also working from there. I wasn't able to make it to the office, so I was like, okay, I can just work from here. I mean, maybe there's something extra on that of like, okay, I don't have to go to the office right now. I'm just, I live at a Toyota dealership.
You gonna take your car in more often?
I'm going to take my car in every day.
Every day. Sorry, I can't come into the office today.
Well, I've got a further question for you.
Oh,
then.
my goodness.
How you doing?
Oh. Wow, that was asked so daintily.
Oh, thanks.
The answer is doing all right.
Good.
There was an awkward interaction I had at work with my supervisor.
Ooh.
And I don't know if it was necessarily awkward or if it's just the label that I have placed on it in my brain. But there were a lot of us sitting around in our work area, and it was me and then 4 or 5 women, ages ranging from their 30s to 50s probably.
Yeah.
And one of our supervisors comes in and he says, any of you guys watch The Bachelor? And there are, varying responses. Some people
Sure.
are like,
Some people
yes, I do. Some people are like, no, I hate it. And other people say something to the effect of like, I used to watch it when it first started, but I'm now no longer a part of that fan base. And so he's talking about who he thinks is going to win, blah, blah, blah. And then at some point he realizes I, as the only other male in the room, he says, Chris, you watch The Bachelor? And I don't know what came over me, but I, without missing a beat, just go, don't need to. I live it every day.
And that was a proud moment for you.
Yeah, I guess. I just it took me completely by surprise. I didn't expect to say that. I don't know why I did. I said, I don't need to watch The Bachelor because I live it every day, which is a lie. I certainly do not live The Bachelor every day.
No, few people do. I think it's just The Bachelor.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's kind of a weird
It's
thing.
probably just one guy.
A bunch of women and you're giving people roses.
I keep having women driven to my house and then invite them to live there.
Limo?
Limo. And I try to give some of them flowers and send other ones home, but they all want to be sent home. They all say, please let me go. Please send me home. I miss my family.
They don't want your flower.
Yeah, and I get it. They're all, fake flowers because I don't know how long this process is going to go on for.
That's fair.
I can't keep the roses alive, so I buy the artificial IKEA flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even get the fake roses. I get the different daffodils. But yeah, so that was, thankfully everybody in the room laughed and they all took it in good stride. But if they had not,
great.
It would have been much, much worse.
I try to come to terms with occasionally being the weirdo. I don't think anyone wants to be the weirdo, but sometimes you say a thing.
Yeah.
And you realize, you just have to come to terms with yourself, oh, I just did that. I'm the very weird person in the room. Everyone's thinking it. And that's fine.
Yeah.
You can't win them all.
Yeah, that's true. Something else that happened to me. I thought that Bachelor story was going to be all I was bringing to the table. But last night, I was out shopping because I needed a picture frame. And
Those are expensive.
they are. And the one that I was looking for was not the most common size. But I had done a little bit of research online, and it said that Target had it.
Hey.
It said Walmart had it. It said Michael's had it.
Hey, can I tell you something? This sounds like a pretty common size.
Sure. For now it does.
Oh, finish the story. I'm sorry I interrupted.
I went to Michael's. They, in fact, did not have it.
Michael.
I went to Target. They, in fact, did not have it. So then I go to Walmart.
Yeah.
And they do not have it. But as I'm in Walmart,
Yes.
I remember, you know what? I don't have enough food. Not enough food, but I don't
I'm
have
starving.
I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner. Maybe I should
Totally.
just pick something up here. And I need to do grocery shopping at some point, so I'll just grab dinner from here and then I'll go grocery shopping some other day.
Yeah.
But then I start to look around at these Walmart food prices, and my eyes have been opened. I'm like, wow, these are significantly lower prices. So
They've been rolling back prices for like 30 years.
yeah, and as a result, they are dirt cheap.
That little happy face is still just bouncing around
Yeah.
those price marks.
It is. And so I decide, you know what? I'm going to save a bunch of money
Shit,
and
yeah.
time, and I'm just going to get this grocery shopping done here at Walmart.
Do it.
But even though I saved a considerable amount of money, Evan, it certainly came at a price. Because I don't know the last time you were in a Walmart, but the reputation that those customers have, it is
yeah.
not exaggerated.
No, yeah. I know, and I know them well.
The Purge, it's like the Purge inside every Walmart. It's like we keep worrying about overcrowding of prisons and asylums and other penitentiaries. So we just have to let them loose in every Walmart across the country. And it's just pure pandemonium in there.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, as a kid, Walmart was the place to be, man. No. Like, I feel like I went to Walmart a lot between like being a kid and like teen years, and as an adult, nearly never. It's pretty last resort-ish for me,
Yeah.
and maybe it is just that how crowded it is in that environment. It's like, it's not worth it.
It's like everybody else in there had gone outside for the first time that day. There was no spatial awareness of anybody else. And I mean, sure, it's definitely heavily on the other customers.
Yeah.
Because I feel bad for the people that work there. But they also, they're like, I don't know where to put this huge pallet of chips. How about right here in the center of this aisle?
I've never cared for that. There's a lot of pallets in the middle of aisles.
Yeah, I don't care for it either. Because now it's so much more congested. And, you know, they park the pallet right there. Somebody else is like, oh, I have to park my cart directly next to it because I have to stare at this, rack of cookies for 30 minutes.
We should probably get to our main topic.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and waltz us across the dance floor to our main topic,
that
Evan.
was so graceful.
Thank you. Dancing in public?
Again with the inflection. It's
Yeah.
catching on.
Yeah. Well, because we're all familiar with dancing, but perhaps not all familiar with dancing in public.
We all dance in private.
We
I
all
think.
dance in private.
I dance with my dog a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I dance in the shower sometimes.
That seems dangerous.
Hey, I'm living on the edge. As Aerosmith once sang.
Yes. They say dance like no one is watching. But that, to me, unless I can guarantee no one is watching, I cannot dance as if no one is watching. I am very aware that even though people are probably not going to be watching me, of all people, I am very concerned about other people watching me dance.
That's probably the ultimate example of the kind of, I've heard this saying a few times that I'm not going to remember what the saying is, so I don't know why I presented it as
Thanks
if I was
bringing
going
it
to. But just the thought of like nobody's actually watching you as much as you think they are.
Yeah.
Like because I don't know, how much are you watching somebody else all the time?
Wait,
And don't give a creepy answer.
100% of the time.
I'm watching one person specifically a lot.
Yes.
It's you.
She knows who she is.
But yeah, I mean, most people are so focused on their own stuff that they're like, how much are they caring? And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people are very closely watching us dance right now. We are dancing at the moment.
Yeah, it's very elegant.
Your breath control is amazing.
Thank you. Yours as well. And I very much appreciate you as you continue to wipe the sweat from your brow so that it does not drip onto the microphone.
I mean, that would be so loud.
I guess it's just the fact that, like, when you see video that people have taken of other people dancing, it falls into one of two categories. And it's like, wow, this is the greatest dancing I have ever seen. Or, look at this idiot trying to dance. And I know which category of those two I would fall in.
I frequently fall into the third category. Wow, that guy's drunk. Which is a very different type of dancing than good.
That's okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so we brought this up a little bit in the last podcast and figured we'd like, hey, let's keep moving on it. Let's dig deeper.
Let's take this very hyper specific topic.
Yes.
And stretch it out.
Stretch it out. I didn't want to clap into the mic. I thought that would be too loud. Like, I silently patted my puffy little hands together.
A little golf clap. It's very nice. Very respectful. So you had mentioned in the previous episode
certainly
that although dancing in public makes you a little uncomfortable, you are, and I quote, very good at it.
I've got good rhythm, Chris.
So my first question for you, counselor, is there a
judge,
jury? Is there a specific song that comes on and you're like, clear the dance floor? This is my jam.
Ooh. I don't dance super frequently, so I don't generally relate to someone playing an accordion. Yes. This is it. This is my song. I'm sorry. I have to go dance. I'll be back.
Boy.
I don't have a song that I have danced to in public that I go like, oh, it's a wedding, this song's on, I'm going. Taylor Swift's Shake It Off is playing. That seems to be everyone's dance song at every wedding I've been since that song came out. I don't have one of those songs that comes out. My song is a song I generally don't hear at weddings. Although
Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel.
And envision softly creeping. But it should be played at every wedding because it's the danceable-iest song ever, and it's called Dance, D-A-N-C-E, by the band I just forgot their name.
Boy.
You know the song I'm talking about? Justice. D-A-N-C-E by Justice. Do the D-A-N-C-E.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tick to the B-E to get ready to ignite. Ba, 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 ba. I dance by myself to that every time it comes on in my car, which is
rarely.
Every 6 months. I listen to it once every 6 months. On the dot. March 3rd. Coming up.
Oh boy, mark your calendars.
I know you are maybe less a fan of dancing than I am, but do you have a song maybe along the lines of mine where it's not a public dancing song, but it's a song that makes you groove?
Sure. I mean, plenty. I am not opposed to dancing. I love to dance in private. In the shadows, I love to dance.
Shadow dancer.
But in public, I just get very disheartened. Usually because
Yeah.
it's in a public area where not only are you worried about other people seeing perhaps how your lanky, gangly body is swaying to the beat.
I got the lankiest, gangliest body.
Oh, I will go toe-to-toe with you right now. But I...
Literally, because that's how we would...
That's how we would do it.
Have to go toe-to-toe.
But there's also a large group on the dance floor.
Yeah.
So somebody is going to stand out as the best or significantly better than you. So I just kind of resign myself.
I don't know if in a sea of people, the one person that's just like, oh, they're not quite as good a dancer as other people, if that actually stands out at all. I think everyone just looks fine.
You're probably right, but it's just in my mind, that's the way that I do it. But in terms of, is there a song where I'm like, I gotta get out there for this? It is any song where the instructions are shouted out at you. I'm talking your cha-cha slides.
Cupid
Cupid shuffles.
That's a wedding classic.
Even your YMCAs, where you know what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it.
You ever get into line dancing?
No.
It seems like your thing.
Yeah, well, you're probably not wrong.
Out there in Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got nothing.
In those brutally hot summers, Arizonans, the Phoenicians, we line up and we dance.
What the word transition? What was I gonna? I know what I wanted to say. I just have trouble saying it. To me, first off, that's what I was gonna say. First off, I think I'm going to assume you and I are probably just as good at dancers as one another. There's one major difference. You don't drink.
Yeah.
I drink a lot.
Yeah.
Making me a quote unquote good dancer.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably quite a bit of truth to that.
Confidence is 80% of the game.
Yeah. It seems to be 80% of everything in life. Which is why
Hey, it's a good time.
My percentages on most things are so low. But I find that when I drink, I get a little bit more concerned about what other people are thinking.
Oh, you drink like you're high.
Yeah.
You get paranoid.
Yeah, I guess. But so if I were to drink and then try to dance, I'd be so nervous. And not even just in terms of like other people thinking about me. I'd be like, am I too drunk right now? Am I too drunk? Did I drink too much? I only had one drink. Is it too much? Am I going to regret this later? Is everything sloshing around in my belly? Is this dancing going to jostle something back up to the top?
So one, it's a long list of concerns you have, but one of your
It seems to be repeated over and over. But
one of your chief concerns,
yeah, go ahead.
over were you to drink a lot and then dance, is this beer sloshing around in my belly and upsetting people?
Not the sloshing around, but the sloshing around to the point where it becomes nauseating and I vomit all over the floor.
I thought you meant from a noise perspective. Like, everyone's
it's
grooving.
Interrupting the music.
And then you come out like sound effects. Water bottle, baby.
The noise is not something I had considered, but I'm sure now I will in the future.
The reason I bring that up is I want to bring you back. Let's move back in time to 2006, maybe. A time. Wait, keep making that noise. 2006. A time. Okay.
As we've noticed from me just doing that sound effect, I don't have very good rhythm. I can do it for a very brief amount of time.
We had a little like Twilight Zone-y thing going on there, and then I choked on my own spit, and you fell apart. And,
yeah,
it was a fun bit for a moment, though.
Yeah, you guys, if we had delivered on that bit, it would have been incredible.
You have laughed. Anyways, let's go back to a time when I went to my first and only high school dance.
Yes.
First off, did you ever go to school dances?
I did. It's on my list of notes.
Hey, look at me hitting the topics.
So you
Fred
went
Schneider.
to only one dance.
I only went to one dance. I went to homecoming my senior year, I believe.
I think that of my 4 years in high school, I think I went to 3, maybe 4 dances. And in middle school, I might have gone to 1 or 2.
Did you, in those middle school, high school dances, did you feel as self-conscious as you feel dancing now, or was there a youthful exuberance?
I think that I felt similar to now, but probably more unsure, because that was, as middle school especially, was just a time in general where I did not feel comfortable as a person in day-to-day life.
There is no world where we don't do like a 3-episode arc about middle school.
I can't wait.
We'll get there. Okay.
But then in high school, I started to... I was still uncomfortable dancing, but I was more comfortable as a person as those 4 years went on. But my big issue at school dances was in like movies and TV shows. I always saw like a snack bar, like a punch bowl,
right?
And we never had that.
We didn't either.
I think we had like water bottles. That was like the thing you could that was provided for you.
We don't need a bunch of middle schoolers passing out
Right.
via dance, sweat, and hormones.
But I was always so excited, and I don't know why I thought this was going to change at the multiple dances I attended. We clearly set the bar so low early.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's where I'll thrive in the school dance environment, is near the punch bowl, near the snacks, where I can, be my little witty
Boom, boom, boom.
boom boom.
You getting some punch? Take a joke.
Yeah. Hey, it's free. But that was never an option. So instead I just would have to like stand off to the side, obviously jump in and crush the instruction-based songs. I'm very good at following directions. Yeah, those were less about my own personal rhythm and more about how great I am at following directions.
But honestly, that's a huge part of confidence with dancing. The trouble with dancing is like there are moves. And you know them or you don't.
Right.
To me, I've kind of taught myself like a handful. Well, you know what it is? It's like I have good rhythm. I'm a fluid mover with my... I use my gangly limbs. I said that like a mess. I use them well. And I have like a handful of 5 stupid dance moves that I've learned from various people over the year that I can pull out at any... Not over the year. Over this past year.
Lay out those 5 dance moves for us.
Oh, shit.
Break them down.
Okay, so 1. Dance move. That I learned from my friend Arsini.
Okay.
It's kind of tough to explain. I can show you, but that doesn't do much. You start with your feet. This is like a transition move. You're dancing, you're dancing, and then you want to go from one dance to another dance. Boom, transition. Your feet are both like pointed to your left side. Both of them, as much as you can.
Okay.
You lift up your toes and kind of do a wave with your 2 feet, shifting over so that your feet are now pointed in the other direction.
Okay.
And you kind of do a robot thing with your arms.
Okay.
I'll show you later. It's very impressive looking. Pretty simple to do once you get.
It sounds
the hang of
sounds like a simple like switcheroo.
1. Move number 2. I don't know, where did I learn this This was from like a video, not like a dance video. I ordered a dance instruction video and learned moves. No, it was from some movie or something I saw someone do. Yeah. Is this interesting to anybody to listen to me explain stupid dance moves?
Well, I think what is most interesting is the incredible backstory of where they all came from.
Valid. And so this is like peak entrance dance move.
Oh.
If there's, I'll show you this, and you'll be the king of the ball. the next ball you're invited to.
Man, I've got one coming up March 3rd.
Hey. You start with one. What do you even call that? Your lower leg, flat on the ground.
Oh, okay.
So you're
So
down.
you're kneeling.
Hey, that's the word. Your lower leg is
Parallel with the ground.
kneeling. You mean kneeling? I'll say it my way. Yes, I was kneeling. So you start kneeling. You've got your other leg up.
Perpendicular to the ground.
Perpendicular to the ground. And you're essentially walking this way. So you're keeping a low.
Speaking of things Aerosmith would say, you're walking this way?
Oh God, so stupid.
I don't understand. So wait, so you alternate which leg is being knelt upon?
I'm gonna try. I still have to explain it in words, but I'll try to show you with fingers so that you can maybe, because you've got all the words today apparently, like kneeling. So one is down, one is up like this.
Yeah.
And you shift like this.
Okay, yeah.
So your other leg is
you're
now
alternating the kneeling
parallel.
leg. Correct.
And your other leg is perpendicular. So you can kind of walk this way as Aerosmith. Fuck.
Now, as someone who has never done this dance move, I must say it looks and sounds quite uncomfortable.
There's more to it.
Okay. I cannot wait.
You got to get your upper body into it. Now, some miming is involved. You reach one hand forward, other hand back as if you're holding a rope.
Got it.
As you move forward, you pull that arm back, switch your arm. So you look like you're crawling and pulling a rope, pulling yourself into the dance floor like you're working really fucking hard to get there. And then once you get there, you have to also do the foot move. Foot transition into another dance.
Okay.
And I can't remember a lot. I'll show you all these. We are going to dance later. It's going to be so good. Stop. Or maybe I just won't stop because this is very time consuming and I don't need to. But those are two of my maybe 5 dance moves.
Sure, you want to save the other 3 for when you're in person with our listeners.
I can't give all my tricks away.
That's fair. Well, I appreciate the little sneak peek.
Yeah, if I think of any other of the like specific really good ones, not that those are really good. But these are it gives the illusion of, oh, this person has like taken dance lessons. This person knows what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I'm going to route us back a little while. I'm going to stop teaching you dance moves and get back to my point about high school dances, because I never went to a middle school dance.
I see.
Never been kissed. So the main reason that is, high school, middle school dances in general are kind of awkward. I had a date, and so we had fun. But again, this was before I was like drinking heavily. I sound like an alcoholic the way I say it. This is before the tremors, which is really what my dance moves are. It's just I don't drink for a week and I start shaking. That's a dark joke. Diseases. So it's the kind of, I don't even know how to put it into words. Anyone listening would know what I mean if I could put it into words.
It's
Kneeling.
a great start.
Thank you. The kind of like I don't know how to. I'll start doing it for you, and maybe you can help me with words. Where you're just like, okay, a song is playing, and I'm filling in space by moving my shoulders and my elbows and my fists. It's like space filling dancing, where it's like I'm having a good time with you. I'm at a club. I'm making eye contact with you and just kind of shimmying around.
Yeah,
that makes me feel insane. I cannot do that sort of dancing. I can only do stupid, goofy moves. Honestly, my best dancing comes in improv comedy, which we haven't mentioned yet, is a thing we both do off and on. And I've had a few scenes come up where I needed to dance stupidly. And, oh man, comedic dancing, I thrive.
Yeah. I think that most of my dancing is strictly to amuse someone else. That's what I strive for.
Well, it's the confidence thing. You've got you and me both. We are confident in one thing, and that's we can make someone laugh.
Sure.
Not always.
Not always.
There's a little extra confidence boost.
We can either make someone laugh or make them want us to kill ourselves.
Yeah.
That's really the two things we can do.
Yeah.
In school dances, I think I went to prom twice.
Oh, popular man.
No. I asked 3 people to prom and went 2 times, so you do the math.
One person said no?
Yeah.
That's pretty popular.
Pretty good at math.
That's pretty good.
Were promposals something that was big when you were in high school? Where you have to make a big show of asking somebody to a dance?
No, I don't think so. I thought you were going to say prom posers, and I was like very excited to figure out who that gang was. Were prom posers a thing where you came from? No, I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember ever seeing one or hearing of something overly outrageous. I take it that was a thing in Arizona.
Yeah, I don't think it was strictly confined to our state lines, but
it might have been.
I think that right around the time I was a junior and senior, because we had our proms were combined so that juniors and seniors could go to prom. So right around the time I was a junior, I think was right when the big make a big show of it.
Yeah,
try to impress everyone. I think that's right when that started to become more popular.
Yeah.
And so the first time because I never asked someone to a dance other than prom. The homecoming dances and anything like that, I never asked anybody to those dances. The Sadie Hawkins dances.
I never had them.
We did, but it didn't really seem like a chance for women to ask men to the dance. It seemed more like, wow, now I can just go to a dance with all my girlfriends.
Oh, sure.
One time, somebody was like, "Oh, I don't have a date to Sadie Hawkins. I don't know who I'm going to ask." Blah blah blah. And I was in the room, just kind of eavesdropping on the conversation. And she was talking to one of her friends, and one of her friends was like, "Oh, well, you could ask Chris. Like the two of you are friends." And it was as if she had lost the right to vote. The outrage. I might as well not even go.
That's terrible.
Yeah. It's about to be a common theme here coming up. Because the first person I asked to prom, I was like, well, I don't want to make a big show of it.
Right.
Because, what if you say, or what if they say no, whatever. You don't want to have invested so much theatrics.
Oh, yeah.
So but I didn't want to do nothing either. So I was like, oh, I make pretty good fudge. And that's not a euphemism.
But also,
But I mean, if we're being honest, it's pretty good.
I'm like 90% sure what that intended euphemism would be, but I'm not positive.
I take good dumps.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. But every year around Christmas, I will prepare chocolate fudge. And it's something that everybody who has had it has enjoyed. So I'm like, oh, I'll make that.
Yeah.
And that'll be like a positive thing, right? So I told the person I was going to ask, oh, I'll make this. Do you want any? And I'll bring it over to your house or whatever. And she was like, yeah, sure. That you're offering me free chocolate fudge. I'm not going to say no to that.
She sounds cool.
But what I will say no to is, so I show up, and I've put it all in this box, right? And then I go to open the box, and on the lid, on the inside, it says, yeah, will you go to prom with me?
Bold.
Yes. And so I open it, and she reads it, and she's like, oh, no. Well, I promised my friends that I was going to go, like alone with them as like a group.
Yeah.
So I can't, sorry, like I can't. I was like, oh, cool. You still want any of this fudge or what? And she's like, I feel weird taking it. I was like, I feel weird with you not taking any of it.
Feel weird going home and eating this fudge.
Yes, I mean, I will, but I mean, you want at least one piece of this? And she was like, fine, I'll take one piece. So she took one piece of the many pieces of fudge. And then someone I was friends with who was a sophomore was like, oh, I'll go with you if this person can't or whatever.
Yeah. Sorry, all this talk about high school. It's bringing me back.
So I did have, for lack of a better word, a backup.
Ouch.
Yikes. I'm pretty sure she just wanted to go because that would, a sophomore in an upperclassman's prom.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
That's social stat. Okay. I don't know the words I'm looking for. It's good stuff.
So I think at some point I got her like flowers or something. It was like, you want to go to prom? She was like, I do, like we agreed upon earlier. So now this is my first time at a dance with a date. And I know you're supposed to dance.
Totally.
At a dance.
That's the word.
That's the word. But I was like, there's no way that I will be good at this. I was basically like, hey, to the person I went with, I was like, listen, we went to dinner. That's where I thrived. Okay? You're not going to have a good time if you dance with me.
Wow.
Well, I didn't say it
all
in those
out there.
words, but I was like,
you
listen.
wrote it on a
I wrote it.
box.
Yeah, she was like, you've had this box with you this whole dinner. And I was like, now that we're at prom, I think you're ready.
I have something to share with you.
Here you go. I will eat all of this fudge. You can go dance the night away. But yeah, I was like, you're clearly someone who loves to dance. I'm someone who does not.
Yeah.
So I just like, go have fun. I'm going to stand here with the one other person in our large group who is not going to do this.
Yeah. Stop cracking.
There was somebody, I think it was at that dance, was like, listen, this isn't fair to your date. So I'm going to show you just some quick dancing things to do. And by quick dancing things, I'm going to show you how to grind.
That started off as such a nice sentiment.
It sure did. And then I was like, oh no! Of all the dancing I could do, this one certainly will be the most awkward for me. And it was.
I mean, it's a well-meaning friend.
Yeah, for sure. I did at the end of the night, I did the slow dance with my date to the remixed version of Alphaville's Forever Young.
Okay.
With I don't know.
Oh, fuck, I don't remember.
I don't know if it was Jay-Z or somebody, but somehow it got remixed.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And I do not enjoy the remix.
Yeah.
I would much rather listen to the original, but
Hey.
that's just me, the old soul.
Well, unfortunately, once a thing gets remixed, the original, gone.
It's no longer in existence. But yeah, it was just a very, like, because it's also weird at a high school dance where you're like, I don't know how far apart I'm supposed to stand from you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all uncomfortable.
But it was fine because a slow dance is just move back and forth.
You feel more, like, confident in that? Because I know that's one that a lot of people that age are significantly more scared of. They're cool with the shoulder dancing, but they're like,
I feel a little bit more comfortable doing the slow dance. The only thing that I don't feel as comfortable with is the unrelenting eye contact that you're supposed to make.
Oh, yeah.
The actual dancing in the slow dance, no problem.
Did you talk?
I said, I don't care for this remix version of the song. I remember that clear as day. I remember thinking in my mind, you haven't said anything this whole time. I've got just the set of words. Tell her how much you don't like the song you're dancing to.
Hate this song.
I hate this song. This night would have been pretty great if it wasn't for right now.
This moment, I'm actually dancing with you.
And then my senior year, I also did not dance. And the person I went with, I was like, hey, we gonna go to this thing? She was like, yeah. So then we went.
Cash.
But yeah, it's not something that I enjoy doing.
I get that.
But I do enjoy, I like getting dressed up.
Yeah,
And I like going to to get dinner or whatever before these times, or when you're at a wedding, when you're all gathered around the table.
Yeah.
That stuff I do enjoy quite a bit because that's my environment. That's my comfort zone. But then when, moves like Jagger comes on and everybody's like, come on, everybody. I do not have moves like Jagger.
I do not like being told to dance.
Oh yeah, where it's like everybody on the dance floor.
No.
Yeah.
I dance of my own volition.
Yeah.
And when I do, like I said, hey, it's amazing. People love it. People come from all around to see it.
They travel from all across the globe.
I'll say genuinely, I don't want to.
The eighth wonder of the world.
I don't want to sidetrack too
Evan
much.
at a wedding.
But there was a party back to more local name dropping. Emerald Downs, that horse racing track I used to work at. There was a end of the year
At
party.
night, the center of the track becomes a dance floor.
Yes, every night. No, it was an end of the season. We did it! Yay! We finished the season party for all the employees there, and there was free alcohol. Which, hey, that's a great idea for parties. You should just do it always. And so there was a cover band playing, and cover bands, they generally don't incite enthusiasm.
No.
People aren't, like, maybe one or two people might dance, but it's generally just background music, like, I don't know, say Aerosmith. I tried. And so they started, I don't remember what they were playing, something funky, maybe I want to say Sly and the Family Stone, maybe.
Oh, sure.
Some funky sort of song that I really, really liked, and I am, like, 3 sheets to the wind, is that the saying? I'm drunk.
Okay.
I'm very, very drunk, and I just go, like, I am gonna go dance my ass off alone to this cover band.
Okay.
I go out onto the empty dance floor and just start going fucking crazy. And I swear by the end of the song, there were 30, 35, 40 people had all joined on the dance floor, and everyone was losing their minds, having the time of their life. I felt so good for the cover band because they were like loving it and like, oh my God, people are like enjoying it. They're paying attention to the music for a second. And I felt like the king.
What an inspiring tale.
Oh, yeah. Alcohol. It brings me places.
Yeah, it was a great a great plug for for alcohol. Our main sponsor, alcohol.
Oh, if only.
There was that reminds me, and I don't know why, but it reminds me of a short film that I acted in college, where I was just supposed to be an extra at this big party scene. And the film was about this one guy, and he's like trying to hit on this girl at this party, whatever.
The director had to say, like, stop saying you hate the song. You don't have lines. Hate this song.
No, there was like a point where each of the groups of extras were supposed to be given things to do.
Cool.
And somehow it came down to just me and one guy, Alan. And Alan and I were supposed to dance. And so we like, there were extra sombreros at this like house.
Sure.
And so I was like, I'll do it, but I'm going to be wearing this sombrero.
Hell
and
yeah.
Alan was like, hell yeah, I'm going to wear this sombrero too. So in the background of this whole film, and for the like, I don't know, 3 hours or whatever that it took to shoot,
Yeah.
Alan and I are salsa dancing in the background in sombreros
Awesome.
at this regular college party where everybody's drinking out of solo cups. It's some people playing beer pong, and then Alan and I moving just back and forth, salsa dancing, staring at each other the whole time. And it was delightful because I felt like I was doing it for someone else's entertainment.
That's great. I'm a fan of that kind of background acting.
Yeah, where it takes over the scene and you're
Yeah.
like, what is going on back
Oh,
there?
Man, wonderful.
It
Extras.
is, when I watched it, and I've watched it one time, I was like, okay, Alan and I are clearly the highlights of this project.
I don't want to get too sidetracked, but in film school, there was a project I was the editor on, because everyone does a different position every film you do, so you get a chance to do a bunch of stuff. So I was the editor, and which means you don't have anything really to do on set. There's no reason to be there, but I'm like, we're students. I'll show up essentially PA.
Yeah, somebody's going to need to hold the reflector.
Literally, yes. That was, oh my God. Yeah, now I'm just getting way too into it, but just like 100-degree day, and I had to stand outside holding a reflector above my head for like so long. But there was a series of shots where they needed an extra, and I was in the back sipping coffee, and I was given cold coffee for some reason. We were shooting at a cafe that was open at the time, but I was given cold coffee. I was like, oh, all right. And all I was doing was just like doing what to me was like, this is extra work. Take a sip of the coffee, look off into the distance, maybe fold my hands, think a thought, read something, sip of coffee. Good Lord, just sitting there drinking my coffee like I am the most distracting part of that short film for some reason. I don't think you're just supposed to move that much when you're a background actor. But yeah, it's a lot. Any hoozles, I don't want to take you off your story if you're still.
Oh, I was going to say, speaking of acting and dance, this opens up because I feel like there are 3 places, or I guess 3 categories of like times where I would have to dance in public,
Totally.
right? School dances,
Bam.
number 1. Weddings,
Bam,
number
bam.
2, which we haven't really talked about, but
Yeah, we danced around it.
yeah.
Hey!
Number 3, which is musical theater.
Oh.
I know it's taken by surprise at me and musical theater. Maybe if
My
I had
God.
presented it. I'm someone who in the past has done musical theater.
Oh.
Yes. Which is strange, given how much I've talked about not enjoying dancing. And in
Yeah.
terms of singing, not good.
Interesting.
My singing is like when, in Toy Story, when Buzz Lightyear claims he's flying.
Yeah.
And Woody's like, that wasn't flying. That was falling with style. That's my Tom Hanks impression. But my singing is more talking with style.
I think that's Buzz that says that.
I don't remember.
I think Tim Allen.
I couldn't remember because it was maybe he adds the with style. Because I debated back and forth in my mind.
They both say it at different points.
Okay.
It's an insult when
Right,
Woody
and
says
then-
it, and
yeah.
then Buzz is like, "This is my thing now."
Yeah.
We're falling with style. That's my Tim Allen.
That's pretty good.
Anyways,
Here's my Tim Allen.
oh God, that shouldn't have gotten such a big laugh out of me. That was good.
Anyway,
Oof.
oh man, we've gone so far off the rails
Good
this
Lord.
episode.
But I think this is what's supposed to happen.
yeah.
I think this is us in our element.
This is us on NBC.
Didn't expect to. Love that show.
I've never seen it.
Shockingly good show. For something that advertised looks like nothing I would ever want to watch. It's very well done.
Anyway, I've been in 5 musicals.
Look at you go. Never once for me. Oh, no. Yeah, I did. I just didn't have a song. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, and for the most part, I got by with not having to do songs.
Yeah.
I was usually the character that wanted all of the other characters to not do songs.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was really because the first one I did was Guys and Dolls, where they're all singing and dancing about the illegal gambling ring that they're doing, and I was the police officer who wanted them to stop.
That's great.
The Music Man, where some guy comes in, he causes some trouble in River City. And I was the mayor that wanted him to stop being a man of music.
Was your strategy in all of these moments to also just say, I hate this song?
I hate this song. I love
hate
the
the
original. I would get a lot of compliments from other people's parents because they seemed, and I don't think I consciously did this when I was in these different school plays, musicals or not, but I think I recognized that, like, you know, people are coming to just support their kid.
Totally.
But why not give them a show? So I would get a lot of compliments of like, you were really funny. Oh, you're really good.
Oh, that feels so good.
Oh my God, it's the best. When other people's parents say you're really funny.
That's what brought us here to sunny Los Angeles.
Yes.
Other people's parents
That's
thought
right.
we were funny.
That's all my references are other people's parents. This person thought I was funny in Guys and Dolls. This person thought I was funny in Aladdin.
It's your resume.
Yeah. I did have to do songs in Aladdin because I was the genie. But,
oh my God, that's so many. That's the most important songs.
I know.
Were they was it the Disney
Yeah.
songs?
Yeah. So it was
Good Lord.
Prince
oh
Ali.
man, I want to see that.
Prince Ali, fabulous he.
Were you blue?
I was wearing, so from the neck down, it's like a full genie Disney costume.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the genie, you don't realize it in the animated version,
Right.
but you do when you have to wear his costume. The genie is jacked.
Hey,
He's
yes.
got
Yeah,
like
yeah.
six-pack abs.
Yeah.
And then they painted my face blue.
Okay. Bluer or as blue as the new Will Smith genie.
Ooh. Well, it's weird because the costume was like the light blue that you're familiar with from the
one we all know and love.
the one we all know and love. And then my face paint was a significantly darker shade of blue. So I don't know
hilarious.
if
You'd like to think, well, why couldn't you just use the same
why
blue?
couldn't you do it? Maybe it's too light. I don't know. But to answer the Will Smith comparison,
Throw some pop culture in here.
yeah, I might have been a darker blue on my face than
Okay.
him, but I certainly looked more realistic.
It is. We don't need to go too far off of that, but good Lord, it is strange looking.
It's so
His face does not
uncomfortable.
fit on his head.
No, it does not. The way it moves. I will say that if everybody else on the dance floor looked like the Will Smith genie, I would feel significantly more confident in my own abilities because that is such unnatural movement.
We'll get off of this tangent really quick, but I'd like to think because sometimes that happens. Sometimes a trailer comes out and that's not the final effect.
Right.
I hold stock that I love Will Smith. I think there's a world where he's going to be awesome in this. Holy shit, I hope they fix the graphics.
Oh my god, yeah. It's truly embarrassing. And
my god.
I have to say also, we're going to get into a whole Aladdin sub topic here, but I felt like Jafar also, I hope somehow he gets fixed in post-production. Because he's got like one line in the trailer.
Yeah.
Give me the lamp. Give me that lamp.
Yeah.
I don't know why Jafar sounds like Scrappy Doo in this movie.
That's a great question.
Let me at him.
It was a creative choice. Anyways. I'll just, as a button to all of that, my only statement I need to make is when the trailer for the new Lion King is also out there and it looks like graphics-wise fucking insane.
Yeah.
You should not have released that teaser.
No.
Anyways, back to dancing. You're the genie.
I was the genie.
You're jacked.
Yeah, I'm ripped.
Because, of course, you found out that the genie was jacked and you just started hitting the gym and taking creatine and supplements.
I am much like Daniel Day-Lewis or Christian Bale, where I have to fully immerse myself in the character.
Started granting people wishes. You lived in a lamp.
That's right. Yeah, I lived in a lamp. I granted people wishes. I made sure to follow the strict rules. I couldn't bring anybody back from the dead.
True.
Couldn't make anybody fall in love.
Never. What if you could?
Oh, but what if I could?
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, so I had to do like songs and dance in that. And I mean, in Prince Ali or whatever, it's like the parade, so it's not as noticeable.
Yeah.
But in Friend Like Me, it is all the genie.
That's all you. Gotta have a friend like me.
You gotta have you simply must have a friend like me.
Oh, you don't have a friend like me? Oh, you must. You got to. My God. Oh my God. Did you feel like you did it? Like dancing, singing wise? Like did you feel like you served your purpose?
I served my purpose, yeah, because it was choreography, so I didn't have to freestyle my dance every night, which was helpful. And then in terms of the song, it was something that I could just like mimic instead of having to like, it wasn't, opera. It was it was just kind of fit the rhythm of the song. It's something we all know.
Yeah.
The music's going to be a little too loud anyway, so it's going to drown out your vocals a little bit.
Like, I mean, it's Robin Williams, so it's like it is like it's kind of comedic. It's not like straight singing necessarily. You can kind of play around with it,
right? So those
we're gonna recreate this after I teach you my dance moves.
Yeah,
I'm gonna paint you blue, and you're gonna sing. Gotta have a friend like me.
Okay. And then, so those were the three I did in middle school, and then in high school I did Footloose, where I was a background extra who was at the back of almost every scene because my dancing was, this is why that town doesn't want people dancing, because it looks like this.
I want that to be like a follow-up or a prequel.
A prequel?
A prequel.
Oh my God, we have to outlaw dancing. They're doing it so terribly. I think I've told you this story before, but when I was in the background, the character of Wilbur has to come out, or Willard, or whatever his name is.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh.
I know. It's a sin.
It is. But one of the characters has to move through this crowd as we're all dancing up to the front of the stage.
Gotcha.
And there's a dance move where you're supposed to spin around and thrust your fist into the air.
Yeah.
Almost like a breakfast club, but with a twist.
Ah!
So the actor, during rehearsal one time, he's moving through the crowd, and I'm really trying to not be behind on my dance moves because it's a big number with everybody out there. So if you're behind, people are going to notice.
Yeah. So
I'm going and I thrust my fist into the air and it collides with the side of his face.
I remember now. You have told me that part of the story. Yeah. But it's the actor that's walking through.
The actor that's walking through.
So funny.
Yeah, it's not another background extra. It's the actor who has to then do a full scene.
Oh God.
And it was awkward because both of us were off our marks just enough to cause a problem.
Well, that's why you got to stay on your mark.
Yeah, both of us. So, it wasn't just me.
I got an important question related to that, though.
Okay.
Did you said Footloose, right?
Footloose.
Did Footloose come after your stints in these other musicals, or was that earlier on?
It was after, but so...
Because I feel like you firmly planted yourself as being the person that wants people to stop dancing.
Yeah.
And then you were in Footloose, and you were a dancer.
Yeah.
A movie about people who don't want people to dance.
Auditioned for the mayor of that one because I was like, listen, I've already played a mayor who doesn't like dancing already. I'm a shoo-in for this. But that was not the case because that was my freshman year of high school was Footloose. The other ones I had done in middle school. So it was a different school as well. But the mayor in Footloose has a song, and it's like a ballad.
Ooh, that's
which
tough.
is I was okay with not getting that part because it was tough. And then the only other musical I did in high school was My Fair Lady, in which I played Colonel Pickering.
Which one's he?
He's the one that tells Henry Higgins to make the bet.
Drunk
so
guy?
He
or is that his dad?
His dad, I think it's Eliza Doolittle's dad is the drunk guy.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Colonel Pickering is my dream part, where he comes in and he's heavy in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And he sets up what this whole show is going to be.
Great.
And then for almost the rest of it, he's gone.
Amazing.
It's like Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Bill Hader's character.
Totally.
That's another dream part.
Just pop up on a monitor every hour.
Yeah, just remind people you're in the movie, do a couple fun stuff, and leave.
Hey.
But so I had some half-assed John Oliver, Russell Brand imitation British accent, and again, people loved it. So many parents were like, "You're so funny in this. Thank you for making this so not miserable." But Colonel Pickering has one song in the show, and it's half of a song. He he does the lead up, and the song is basically, "You did it. You did it. I can't believe you did it. You did it. You did it." Whatever.
Not a lot of words to memorize.
Not a lot of words to memorize. But in the previous shows I had done, the ones I had done in middle school, it was all the recordings would be played, and then you just sang along with the recordings.
Okay.
But in high school, the orchestra got involved.
Ooh.
Yes. And they're all talented musicians, but they don't always play at the same pace.
Oh no.
And most importantly, they are definitely slower than the recording that you're using to practice with.
Oof.
And on top of it, you on that stage cannot see the conductor, so you don't know when you're supposed to really start.
That's a mess.
It certainly was on multiple nights, but whatever. So that I think encapsulates all of the times I've had to sing or dance in public was on stage, at school dances, or at weddings we did not talk about.
Hey, that's great. We did.
We did it. Do you have any other stories or anecdotes?
We are. We're pretty deep into
Share those stories.
The thing is, I teased to you earlier that I had a good story, but it's not a story about me dancing. And
That's fine.
There's a possibility this entire episode comes off as we were supposed to be talking about how awkward it is to dance, and I just told stories about what a good dancer I am, and now I'm going to talk shit on other people.
Oh, you're the guy taking these videos.
I'm the guy. Do it. Actually, literally, yes. That is okay.
Oh, no.
I have to tell this story now. What do you remember about the world of flash mobs?
Oh, I remember hating them.
Yeah,
I remember
such a thing.
There's this movie, oh my god, what is it called? Friends with Benefits with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
And there's this horribly awkward scene where they walk through New York City and then this flash mob starts.
Yeah.
And Justin Timberlake's like, what are these people doing? And Mila Kunis is like, it's a flash mob. And then gives like Webster's, like a dictionary definition. She's like, oh, this is a flash mob. This is when a group of people all get together and at a predetermined time, location, and with predetermined dance moves, and then they dance. God, isn't this fun?
Dialogue is crackling.
Yeah, I was reading that off the screenplay right now.
Oh, why, you're reading? Anyway. So I do and have done video related work for a long time now. I used to work at a radio station. And
commonplace for videos to take place.
Dude, bane of my existence. I've worked between radios and now podcasting. Like I do video for audio mediums and have for I think 8 years. Question comes up every time I tell people what I do. I'm
sure it does.
Oh, video for the radio.
Why do you talk so much with the Six Flags guy?
I mean, that's where I learned who I learned the other 3 dances from. Anywho, so one of the shows I was working for had someone on, and great person, if for whatever reason anyone related to this is listening, like great person, super fun person to work with, and was doing this for a charity. So it was like all around great. I'm happy to help. And every now and then I would do like location stuff, go out and shoot something at a different place, shoot something for someone else, and help people out. And so she was setting up a flash mob, and it was a charity thing. And we all know how flash mobs work, I think, but if you don't...
Check out Friends with Benefits with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis just explained to us exactly what a flash mob is. It'll just look like a bunch of people are standing around doing something else, and all of a sudden, boom, a song starts, and they all start dancing, and you're supposed to go, whoa.
You're supposed to do your best Tim Allen impression.
We're falling with style. Vote on who gets the better Tim Allen impression. We need to know.
I'm supposed to be the Santa Claus?
So we were doing it in the mall. I forget where. It doesn't matter. I wanted to give another local name drop in Washington.
Yeah, God knows we haven't had enough of those.
Let's just say it's the Auburn Super Mall. It probably was. And I get there. There were I think 5 people who showed up for it. First off, I should also say the song was something that like she had recorded. It was just like a very like
an original song,
like not a danceable song.
Okay,
it was a song that like when danced to is just like step, step, move, move, arms, arms, leg. Like it was an aerobics tempo. Basically,
it sounds like I would have crushed.
You would have killed it. You would have killed it. It was. I think it had moves that it said in the song.
Yes.
Anyways, 5 people's not enough for a flash mob.
No, that's Flash gang.
Flash gang.
Flash gang.
Coming to CBS this fall. So not only were there not enough people, none of them knew the dance moves yet, and so like 10 feet away from where this was happening, they were playing the music full volume and learning the dance moves for maybe a half an hour. So everyone has a pretty good idea. Like, genuinely, like no one had a good idea that a flash mob was happening because why would it? This is clearly people working out and doing aerobics in the mall.
Step.
And after they were done, we literally just moved to the area, like the 10 feet over where we were going to do it, after having just done it, sat down the boombox in the middle of everyone, and was just like, all right, everyone, are you ready? Like talking to the other dancers, like, ready to go? Okay. All right, I'm going to hit play. Let's go. Play.
What?
Da, 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 da. Step, step, dance, dance. Nothing, no flash mob you've ever seen. It was the most awkward thing I've ever had to film. And I'm like handheld shooting and I'm trying to make it look dynamic. I'm getting in people's faces.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. I don't think that footage ever saw the light of day. I gave it to them. I never was able to find it on YouTube. It was so wild to watch people practice a flash mob right next to where it was happening. That should be practiced in private, I think.
I would think that it's either practiced in private or they record themselves instructing you and then they send it to you. That's very strange.
It was so odd.
Yeah.
So that is the other lost side of dancing, the place you would dance.
Oh, yeah.
Weddings, school dances, musical theater, and flash mobs.
Flash mobs. Should we cha-cha real smooth into what we've learned?
I think we should. What have we learned about dancing?
Well, I think we've learned it's 80% confidence.
I think that's true. I'd stick to that. 10% justices... DANCE.
Yeah, and 10% alcohol.
Lose yourself to dance. Daft Punk was in here for a second. Or Pharrell, technically. Whatever. Shit. I hate myself.
Are there song lyrics that you feel summarize you as a person?
Lose yourself to dance. And you?
Rah Rah Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine. We've learned that dealership waiting rooms are better than doctors' waiting rooms.
Hell yeah, donuts, baby.
I am struggling to figure out what else we've learned, if anything.
Have we learned anything? I learned that you do musical theater.
Yeah.
Not currently, but you have.
I have in the past. Oh, also, if you're slow dancing with someone, don't tell them you hate the song.
That's good advice. Positivity on the dance floor.
Positivity and confidence on the dance floor.
Could there be two worse people to be preaching confidence and positivity?
Yeah, I felt much better talking about how Walmart was like the purge than I do trying to genuinely tell someone how important positivity is.
But I think, to a certain degree, I think that is that's the whole idea of this podcast. Like, hey, it's all out of comfort zones. We're talking about stuff that makes us uncomfortable. We're gonna learn things that we can't ascribe to in general life. And I think positivity and confidence is the takeaway here. If you don't dance well,
you're surely no friend of mine.
And scene.
Okay, so we should move into plugs. I
what do you got going
What would you?
on?
Oh, I was going to ask you what you wanted
me.
to plug.
You can follow our shit on Instagram at HowDoWeHuman, because we got that handle.
We got it, you guys. Don't let it go to waste by not following it.
That would be crazy. Follow it like the Pied Piper, like the little rats being led to their death.
Okay. But, well,
were they rats?
I think they were rats.
Okay, guy had a flute.
My Pied Piper knowledge strictly comes from the Shrek movies, so I am not the best person to ask.
I had a childhood cartoon that featured the Pied Piper and Johnny Appleseed in the same story.
Huh.
Yeah.
And they thought the Avengers Infinity War was the most ambitious crossover.
Amateurs. And then outside of that, coming up soon, I don't want to say when, but I will be just frequently hanging outside of Joanne Fabrics in Alhambra, collecting sweater shavings for a project I'm working on.
Okay. You're not going to say what the project is?
I'd rather not.
Okay. Do you get a lot of sweater shavings outside of Joanne's Fabrics?
I mean, it's happening in the future. Do you think I'm not going to get a lot of sweater shavings outside of Joanne Fabrics?
I mean, I understand getting a lot of fabrics from there, but sweater shavings is... No, I don't want to tell you not to do it.
I didn't even think about that. People are buying stuff there. Now they're not going to want me to shave the stuff they buy.
Oh, you're literally going up to people who are wearing sweaters and you're going to shave some of the sweater off?
Yeah, like the lint. Oh, okay.
I will say that it might be better if you are going to do that to probably give people a date so that they know if they want to give you sweater shavings.
I mean, at this point, I don't know that I'm going to do it.
Okay, this is a bummer. I guess we'll move into my plug.
Yeah, what do you got?
If you've ever wanted to see Les Miserables, but worse, come on down to the Skiptown Playhouse. I will be doing a one-man show of Les Miserables. Very few of the songs. Mm-hmm. I'll be playing all of the characters, but it's going to be in that like typical one-man show kind of way where I come out and I'm like, whoa, growing up in France was tough. But probably because of the crazy cast of characters. There was the mean Inspector Javert. There was little old Fantine. And then there was Gavroche, the most British kid in all of France.
I mean, just that audio alone doesn't sell tickets. I don't know what will. I also think you should be on the short list to do the audiobook.
Yeah, thank you so much. So please, I implore you, come on down to Skiptown Playhouse. It'll be every Saturday in 2019 at 9 p.m. Please come check that out. It's called Little More Miserables.
I'm not laughing at you.
No.
Sorry.
It's just my show brings a lot of joy.
Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'll
be there. I'll be there.
I can't wait.
Sold.
I can't wait for your feedback. I gave you those 4 character impressions there, and there's so many more to come.
Can I get a comp?
Oh, I think this is where we sign off for the episode. Goodbye.
Bye.